I Prayed to God to Keep Me Out of an Orphan's Home, by Kathleen Halter. As a little child, my life was filled with terror. My mother had heart trouble. Day after day, I saw her faint and fall to the floor. We all feared she was going to die, and I believe that all little girls whose mothers died were sent to the Central Wesleyan Orphans' Home, located in the little town of Warrenton, Missouri, where we lived. I dreaded the thought of going there, and when I was 6 years old, I prayed constantly, "Dear God, please let Mummy live until I am old enough not to go to the orphans' home." 20 years later, my brother Minor had a terrible injury and suffered intense pain until he died 2 years later. He couldn't feed himself or turn over in bed. To deaden his pain, I had to give him morphine hypodermics every 3 hours, day and night. I did this for 2 years. I was teaching music at the time at the Central Wesleyan College in Warrenton, Missouri. When the neighbors heard my brother screaming with pain, they would telephone me at the college, and I would leave my music class and rush home to give my brother another injection of morphine. Every night when I went to bed, I would set the alarm clock to go off 3 hours later, so I would be sure to get up to attend to my brother. I remember that on winter nights I would keep a bottle of milk outside the window, where it would freeze and turn into a kind of ice cream that I loved to eat. When the alarm went off, this ice cream outside the window gave me an additional incentive to get up. In the midst of all these troubles, I did 2 things that kept me from indulging in self-pity and worrying and embittering my life with resentment. First, I kept myself busy teaching music from 12 to 14 hours a day, so I had little time to think of my troubles. And when I was tempted to feel sorry for myself, I kept saying to myself over and over, "Now listen, as long as you can walk and feed yourself and are free from intense pain, you ought to be the happiest person in the world. No matter what happens, never forget that as long as you live. Never, never." I was determined to do everything in my power to cultivate an unconscious and continuous attitude of gratefulness for my many blessings. Every morning when I awoke, I would thank God that I could get out of bed and walk to breakfast and feed myself. I fiercely resolved that in spite of my troubles, I would be the happiest person in Warrenton, Missouri. Maybe I didn't succeed in achieving that goal, but I did succeed in making myself the most grateful young woman in my hometown, and probably few of my associates worried less than I did. This Missouri music teacher applied 2 principles described in this book. She kept too busy to worry, and she counted her blessings. The same techniques may be helpful to you.